Hey Woodstock, how you doing? Just wanted to shoot a short video, give you guys a heads up about a shady company in Woodstock, Georgia. It's called America's Best Service. They're an automotive repair company, oil change company, anything automotive. Basically, I was looking for a place to get an oil change online, so I typed in oil change and my zip code, and America's Best Service showed up, and they had a coupon for $17.98 for an oil change. So I called them up, made an appointment, showed up. First thing when you walk in is they ask you details about your car, and immediately they try to upsell you by saying, hey, we have a special and it'll expire at the end of the month. If you buy 5 oil changes right now at once, well, basically it'll come out to about 25 bucks per oil change instead of paying the regular, which is 39 or 49 bucks, whatever it was, I don't remember. But anyways, I showed them that I had a coupon for $17.98, so I immediately declined the so-called special they had, and they said okay. I went into the lobby. They took my car in. After half an hour or so, a group of a couple guys, 2 or 3 guys, comes up to you, and they basically show you your liquids inside the car, how they're looking and how they should be. But they immediately try to upsell you on those services. They immediately say, hey, you should get this done, you know, because this affects this and this and this, such and such, whatever they said, just like any other mechanic trying to upsell you. But that's not the point. The point is that I declined all of those, of course, went about my way. The next day, I took my son to school in the morning, dropped him off. After I came back to my car, the car wouldn't start. So I gave it a few seconds, cranked it up again, and it started. Hit reverse. Then when I hit drive, I pushed on the accelerator, and the car stuttered. It hesitated for a little bit. So that was kind of strange also. And I went about my way. Anytime I came to a complete stop and accelerated the car again, the same thing happened. It's like the car wasn't getting enough fuel. Something was happening inside the car. So I felt it was kind of strange that right after I had the oil change done, I did it at 6 p.m. at night. The next morning, this started happening. And the car before that had no problems. All I wanted to do was get an oil change. So I gave them the benefit of the doubt, and I drove the car for about a week just to see if it would change, anything would change, and sure enough, nothing changed. So I called a good friend of mine who's a mechanic. He checked the engine. First thing he asked me was, where did you get your oil change done? And I told him America's Best Service right there on 92 in Woodstock. And he said, don't ever go to them again. I've heard people tell me several stories where they basically do unethical stuff so that you can come back in and get your car serviced. And the reason he asked me that is because he told me there was a hose that was unattached, and it's not a hose that can just come loose from your car. He said that it has several clamps on it, and they physically, manually took off these clamps so the hose would come undone, and you basically had to go back in there, get the car checked out again, and pay for something that they did and make themselves look like the good guy by saying they fixed your car, and you know, they make themselves look like the hero. So just be on the lookout, Woodstock. If you're looking for an oil change, I wouldn't recommend that company, America's Best Service, because for myself personally, I have kids, and I don't want my kids to be stuck in the middle of nowhere because my car broke down because of a company that is only on the lookout for themselves and doesn't care really about my car. They just want my money. So I don't recommend them at all. America's Best Service is highly unethical. They're only after your money, and they purposely mess your car up so that you can go back and have it serviced again. So Woodstock, America's Best Service, do not go there. Avoid them. They're scammers, and I wouldn't recommend them to anyone. Hope this helps you out. My pain, your gain.